Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Step Up to Rise Up, your source for resources that are designed to help you be all that you can be. I'm Linda Nelson, I'm your host, and I am passionate about the power that lies within you if you just learn how to tap into that yourself. So, we're continuing on in our series this morning with growth, and we've, as you know, have taken time to break down each of the letters in growth. We started with G, of course, for a growth mindset. Whenever we're about to embark on a big goal or a big challenge that lies before us, we really have to have it all start with our minds. On a subconscious level, we talk to ourselves all day long, every day. And generally, as far as research has shown, women tend to think many more negative thoughts than positive. And the key, of course, is awareness. You have to watch those thoughts, and then you have to take them captive, like we're told in the Bible, and reflect and think about all those good things. So we talked a little bit about that the first week. Then we went into R for resilience. And we learned that, not surprisingly, we are going to face obstacles and resistance points. And it's up to us to figure out ahead of time what those might be for us. In the process, though, of pushing through all the things that stop us, we build what's called the resilience muscle, or that ability to bounce back. And that is critical for growth to occur because we need to take those steps out of our comfort zones and into our courageous zones. And when we do that, we will meet resistance. And so developing that resilience muscle helps us to keep going and push through, even when it's hard, even when we have fears. So that was the R. Last week, we talked about obstacles, and we talked about external obstacles, things that are kind of beyond our control, like time, money, resources, that kind of thing. But principally, most of our obstacles have to do with what's going on in our brains. And so we spent some time last week talking about all those inner obstacles that often we don't see. They're hidden from us. And so we need to do some, what I call inner work, to break through those barriers that are stopping us from having what we want and becoming who we were created to be. So that leads us into the W, which is, I'm going to actually talk about two W words. First, we're going to talk a little bit about this thing we've been doing called the inner work. So W is for work, but it's also so worth it. And so W is also for worth it. So before we jump into, why is it worth it to you? Let's talk a little bit about the inner work and how important that is to your personal growth and development. You all know I'm a big fan of silence and journaling because those two disciplines really help to speed up that process. We need to pay attention to our thoughts, and we don't always know what we're thinking until we take time in silence and take time to write down our thoughts, and then we can deal with it. As we spoke last week, so much of our resistance or our obstacles are our own thoughts. They're those old stories that we tell ourselves that aren't true, and we have to do the inner work to find new truth and rewire our brains for success. Remember, we said our brains aren't wired for our success. It's wired to keep you safe. And keeping you safe just makes you stay stuck in your comfort zone. where growth cannot occur. So you need to move just a few steps, a little at a time. And eventually, you develop that resilience muscle along the way. You grow and you learn, and it's all how you frame it in your mind, as we said. So, that inner work is an especially powerful tool for those of you among us who are high performing professionals or solopreneurs who are looking to level up, to require more of yourself, and continue to grow and learn every day. So, some of the ways it can benefit you to do that deep inner work, which we said is hard, it's challenging to do that. But when you do it, you have enhanced or increased your decision making process. When you are more in tune with your thoughts and emotions, you're able to make decisions that are more aligned with your true self and your values. And this leads to more effective and more authentic choices for both your personal and your professional life. So that's number one. Number two, taking that time to do that inner work allows you to reduce stress and anxiety. Practicing that inner awareness helps you recognize and manage your stressors more effectively. You'll know the kinds of things that trigger your brain to stay stuck in that comfort zone. And so things like being present, practicing gratitude, journaling, those are all helpful to bring you calm and clarity and help reduce those feelings of overwhelm that we can experience when we start out on a new challenge. Number three, it improves your focus and your productivity. When you are aware of your emotional health or your mental health, if you will, you can better manage all those distractions and stay focused on the matters at hand that are important to you. So, this heightened awareness of what it is you want and who you want to become can lead to increased productivity and efficiency because now you're focused on the things that are of highest priority to you based on what you want, not everyone else in your life. Number four, and we talked about this one a little bit earlier, you build that resilience muscle. Understanding all the stuff going on inside your brain allows you to navigate challenges with more resilience, more bounce back ability. You become better equipped to handle setbacks, and we're all going to get them, but you will be able to bounce back more quickly, and then we'll be able to gain some momentum as you hit challenges along the way. And then lastly, doing that inner work allows you to have a deeper self-compassion. It allows you to have a kinder relationship with yourself. You're able to give yourself more grace as you're learning new skills and learning how to navigate some of those challenges. And by acknowledging your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you cultivate that self-compassion, which is crucial for long-term well-being and success. So that inner work definitely has some benefits for you. But as I said, the other W is worth it. It is so worth spending time investing in you and your personal growth. And I'm going to list 5 benefits for you for doing that, why it's worth it to continue to invest in yourself. Number 1, you have that enhanced self-awareness that we talked about. It helps you understand better your strengths your weaknesses, your values, and your passions. And with that self awareness, remember, we're able to live authentically and make better decisions. So there's more joy and fulfillment when you're working from that sense of knowing who you really are and what your strengths are. So that's number one. The second benefit of why this is so worth it to you is improved relationships. I've often said that you can't be right with another person till you're right with yourself. And so when you improve your relationship with yourself, it spills over into your relationships with other people. You become more empathetic, maybe, of their circumstances and their challenges. You're more compassionate when people share their struggles with you. You are gaining in your emotional intelligence. Your connections are just richer when you take the time to really know yourself. Number three, you have increased confidence. Growth boosts your self esteem. And when you feel better about yourself, when you take these little baby steps of discomfort or risk, you are beginning to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. It's hard, though, to believe in yourself if you surround yourself with people who don't support you or who are fearful for you. Because you see, none of us likes getting out of our comfort zone. And so often those people that are around us, rather than support us, are trying to keep us safe too, out of their own fears. So you want to increase your confidence so you can stand strong in what it is you want. And so believing in yourself and creating that through taking action with little steps really helps boost your confidence. Number four, and we talked about this, when you build that resilience muscle, and that makes you better equipped to handle those challenges that are going to come your way. They just are. And so learning to cope with all that, learning your thoughts and feelings, knowing your triggers, doing all that inner work really builds that muscle in a way that benefits you going forward. And then lastly, and this is probably the best reason that it's worth it, is that as you begin to start making progress on your personal growth and on your goals and the things that you want in life, it leads to fulfillment and joy. Living intentionally with a mindset geared toward improvement and how you're going to contribute to society brings a sense of purpose and happiness that makes life truly rewarding. So that's what I have for you today, my friends, as you go forth on your week this week. Again, be aware of your thoughts. Awareness is key in this whole process of growth. And then watch what you say to yourself when you're faced with something new or a new skill you're trying to learn, a new goal that you've set, whatever that might be for you. And then note as you take action, as you take those little steps, how you're building your confidence along the way. And that courage zone starts to become the zone you want to live in. So remember,